Hi, Year 11. It's set 5 and possibly Friday or not Friday. I don't know. I don't know what day of the week it is anymore. But here you are. There's your 5-minute questions to do. These are on standard form. So remember what the rules are for standard form. It says you can use a calculator, but I'm thinking that no, you're not using a calculator. I don't know why I've written that there. So no, you can't use a calculator. I'm being mean. Right, off you go. You got 5 minutes starting now. Okay, year 11, let's get rid of the clock. Here we go. So if we're writing in standard form, we have the same decimals, 2, 3, 5, but the decimal point goes after the first proper number, so after the 2. Then to adjust it, we times it by 10 a certain amount of times, or divide it by 10. In this case, my number is quite a bit bigger than 2.35. In fact, it is, if my decimal point starts over here, it's moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places in all to get after that 2. So my number is really 7 places bigger than this one. Okay, same thing again, 7.8. So same decimals, just you have the decimal point after the first proper number, not the zeros, okay? But my number is really a lot smaller, isn't it? 7.8 is a lot bigger than this. So my number actually needs to be a few places smaller. So 1, 2, 3. I've divided it by 10 3 times. So it's negative 3 on the power because my number is really 3 places smaller. That's why it's a negative. Right, 54,100. So same decimals again, 5, 4, and 1, and put the decimal point after the first number. And then times by 10 to the power of, my number is really 1, 2, 3, 4 places bigger than this one. The 5 is really in the 10,000s. So that's 4 places bigger, so it's 4 to the power of 10. It's just like timesing it by 10 4 times, which makes it bigger 4 places, you know. Okay, same digits again, 166, but put the decimal point after the first number. There can only be one proper number in front of that decimal point. But my number is really quite a bit smaller than 1.66. It's really 0.000166. So I need to divide it by 10. But how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times I have to divide it by 10. So it's minus 4 because my number is really 4 places smaller than 1.66. Right, write these as normal numbers. So put your digits there, 4.5. Now my number needs to shift 5 places bigger because it's positive 5. So one jump gets me over the 5, and then a second jump is a 0, and then 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps. My number is really 450,000. Now this time my number's going to get smaller, so I'm going to put my digits over here. 3, 1, 2. Right, now my decimal point. When my numbers shift, my decimal point kind of effectively shifts as well, doesn't it, in a way? So it's going to do one jump, first of all, over the 3, so it's now here. Then it's going to jump another 0, so that's 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps. So it's in front of that one. And there needs to be a little 0 just in front of there. So 0.000312. So when it's gone 4 places smaller, it's jumped the 3, that's one jump, and then there's 3 more jumps. That's where the decimal point ends up. All right. Give these answers in standard form. Right, here's the thing about these. Because if I remove these brackets, everything's just times together. So you can do that in any order you like. If everything is times, it doesn't matter which one comes first. So what we do is we kind of not cheat exactly, but we reorder it. And I do the normal number times the normal number. So 3 times 4.5. So 3 lots of 4.5 is 13.5. And times by 10. And then we put the 2 powers together. So I'm timesing 10 to the power of 5 times by 10 to the power of 4. And remember, when we're multiplying, what happens to our powers? We add them. When we're multiplying like base numbers together, we add the powers. Now this is not in standard form, so I need to adjust it. So my answer should really be 1.35 because I can't have 2 digits in front of the decimal point. The same digits, just move that decimal point one place, or rather move the numbers one place smaller, sorry. I'm old-fashioned, so I think about decimal points. So 13.5 times 10 to the 9, we want it to be 1.35 times 10 to the power of, now this number has got one place smaller, so my number does the opposite, it gets one bigger. As one gets smaller, the other gets bigger. Yep, they do opposites to compensate. So my number needs to be 10 places bigger than this. Now dividing is very similar, except we sort of do, not the opposite as such, but, well, you'll see. When we're dividing, we do 8 divided by 2. So the ordinary numbers, we do this ordinary maths. We do 8 divided by 2, which is 4. And then the powers, when we're dividing with these powers, we subtract. So I do 10 to the power of 3 take away 7. When we're multiplying, we added. When we're dividing, we subtract. 3 take away 7 is negative 4. Because, 3 take away a bigger number, it's going to be negative, right? That is in standard form. Doesn't have to be a decimal point on these. Just as long as there's no more than one digit in front of the decimal point, if there is one. Yeah. So all of those are correct. It's a while since we've done standard form, so I hope you did okay. Do let me know. Otherwise, off to the main task, please. Farewell.